Michael, thank you for allowing me this interview.
Sure.
This exclusive interview. Just have a couple questions. Answer to the best of your ability.
Alrighty.
All right, first one. Melinda, your wife, has 5 cats. Those cats are Kirby, Sasha, Jasper, Winston, and Loxley. Your first video was Thundercats, Racist Porno Kitties. My question to you is, why are you secretly a dog person?
I did grow up with a dog.
Oh, really?
Collie named Jenny. I had my own Lassie.
Dogs now. Best dog. Snoopy, Scooby, Goofy, Muttley.
Ooh. Muttley.
Muttley?
Yeah.
That laugh. Next question. Thwip, Snicked, Bamf, or Zark?
Bamf, all the way.
Why Bamf?
Nightcrawler is the man, and I loved playing him in the X-Men arcade game.
Interesting. I'm more of a Thwipped.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's the antenna! Spider-Man's work is never done.
Follow-up question. Final Justice, Berserker Barrage, Proton Cannon, or Maximum Spider?
Ooh. Final Justice. Berserker Barrage or Proton Cannon or...
And finally, Maximum Spider.
Maximum Spider. I guess I'll say Maximum Spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you expand?
Not really.
Oh, I'm
Nope.
sorry. I didn't mean on the question. I mean, can you make yourself bigger?
As much as I've tried, genetically it's not possible for me to get much bigger. I'm very much a Jimmy Stewart type, so...
All right. Halloween is dead and buried. I'd like to dig up that theme, though, for this next ask.
Okay.
Wolfman, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein's monster. What is your favorite Universal monster?
Oh, well, I like the Mummy.
The
But
Mummy.
he's not on the list, so
Yeah, those. Yep.
it's
Stick with the question.
not valid, huh? So,
The Mummy. Let's unravel that.
Zing!
I'm curious. Like, honestly curious. Like, why Mummy?
The Mummy was so integral into my interest in ancient Egypt,
I
and
didn't
it was
even think of
also that kind of sort of the mysterious ancient immortal, but he was corrupted, and yet he was still preserved. So everybody that was running from the Mummy was rumming.
Where's the rum going?
Everybody that was running from the Mummy was also running through all of these ancient places, and that really appealed to me.
I can see the Indiana Jones link now
Yes.
that you say. My favorite was always Wolfman. I always liked the transformation. Anything. The
Yes.
Hulk transforming. I always thought that was neat.
Yeah.
Even though it was just stop motion. Put some stuff on my face. Okay. Put a little bit more stuff. Put a little bit more stuff.
Right.
All right. Next question. I'm lucky enough to have some of my childhood toys. Still, I want minty. I want the mintiest version of that. I replaced and sold off my Superpowers Superman, who, even though I love superpowers, his chest started turning green, and I got rid of it.
I think it's great that you're open about being a heartless sociopath.
Well, see,
That's awesome.
my question was, what's wrong with me? So I guess you... All right. Sociopath. Okay. Yeah, that answers that. Moving on. Next question. You have a critical eye when it comes to toys. My question is, why are you so mean toward this hobby of pure joy?
Yeah, I guess I'm just a broken soul, or I'm the only one that can see things for what they are, and I'm okay with that. A lot of people don't want their illusory world broken. They like the lie. They like the holodeck. They like having that kind of distance between them and the truth. Well, I'm sorry, them and the facts. Their truth is emotional, but facts are not, and they don't like that. So it's not that I don't love my childhood toys. Unlike yourself, I still have my literal childhood examples on display with all of their quirks and everything like that.
Is it because of the memories attached to them?
In some ways, and in other ways, I've also got upgraded ones that are in the display cases adjacent. But I keep certain ones on display, and I've retained all the others in cases, safe. The fact that I've got these toys here that are, battered up, and even though I didn't abuse them, I used them as a child. If I was such a negative, awful person to the toy hobby, would I really keep my original childhood toys so safely and put them on such positions of honor, and you
Yeah,
know, like
they are
they're centerpieces
showcased.
of the room, and you know, like I'm such a hater. I mean, really, I have no nostalgic bone in my body. I mean, look, this is all just bureaucracy and adult despair right here, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%. 100%. All right, next question. Visual. What does this mean to you?
Adam West.
The Batman theme?
Of course, Robin.
Correct. I would have also accepted the $6 Million Man bionic sound effect and the Brady Bunch Time to Change. Do you know Brady Bunch Time to Change?
I do know Brady Bunch.
Na 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 na. All right.
I also would have probably looked at that and said, "Oh, an adult in Peanuts trying to talk to the kids."
That'd be wah wah wah.
True, but
Close.
with a certain nuance, you could say, "No, no, 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 no." Yeah.
No.
No. No.
All right. Next question. Any favorite toy commercials? For me, Castle Grayskull. It's Castle Grayskull, and it's mine. He-Man.
It's Castle Grayskull. And it's mine.
My favorite toy commercial from back in the day was probably the one where the kids had sort of dug the hole in the dirt and they were doing the whole
Talking about the Return of the
Sarlacc
Jedi?
pit. Yeah, the Sarlacc pit sort of simulation.
That was one of mine as well.
I also love the Y-Wing commercial.
I don't know the
They had to
Y-Wing.
rescue R2-D2 because they could put him in the back, and so they flew the Y-Wing down. And
Oh, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, another one was that Kenner's Superpower Collection.
yes,
You know, the dam's about to blow and take Robin with it. Who will stop the Joker and Luther?
Superpowers collection. What's this? The dam's about to blow and take Robin with it? Who'll stop the Joker and Luther?
Oh, and my favorite is, even though I don't know if I ever saw it in childhood, but I've come to love it since as a meme, is Wampa, Wampa, Wampa.
Wampa, wampa, wampa.
I used to scream, not scream, but Strongheart had a war cry, and when he was jumping off the couch onto Warduke, he'd go, Strongheart! I don't know. We also used to knock on our doors when we were going to visit a friend, and we'd sing there, Scott, Jeff! We'd knock on the door. I don't know why. Anyway. Enjoying toys as kids versus enjoying toys as adults. What's changed for you?
As an adult, it's more about having that virtual toolbox to be able to illustrate what I'm trying to convey to the audience on camera. The Mr. Rogers shelves of dioramas that he would pull down, that's what this is. That's why I have it.
I wouldn't watch Mr. Rogers. I only watched the beginning because I liked the miniature town. And then once we got in the house, I turned the channel.
You don't like the idea of an older man taking his clothes off in front of you?
Yeah, I don't know. That must have been it. I never got past the starting, honestly.
Well, you also gave up your childhood toys.
I know. I got to find my heart. It shrunk 2 sizes that day. Along the lines of old toys, packaging. This is a weird question, but what are some of your favorite toy packages, if that even makes sense?
Yeah, my favorite toy packaging box of all time is the Empire Strikes Back revised Millennium Falcon photo front, where they're on the landing pad at Cloud City. I loved the way they did those dioramas after a certain point. I really am not one of those people that likes the 70s Star Wars packages for the vehicles because they're just like color fields with like a weird 70s kid.
With a kid.
playing
Okay,
with-
so that one didn't have a kid in it?
Yeah, first they just put the Empire logo on the Star Wars Falcon box, but then they revised it and they're like, no, let's make it a scene from the movie.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I wonder if that's what got me, like, incepted me for toy photography. You know, I know they had a book of all that guy's photography. My favorite one is the Cairo truck. I love that Cairo
Yes.
truck one.
Yes.
Because I love the little pictures of the little features. And those are, like, in my head, those are little toy setups that I want a sandbox where I can, you know what I mean? I wonder.
Fun trivia, the Cairo truck box is the only bit of Raiders packaging, not including a few card backs, but the vehicles and playsets, it's the only box of any of those that I don't have.
Oh, I have one, but it's all beat up. But I'd love to get a repo of that box. I wouldn't mind that at all. Speed round. Got some lightning questions for you.
right.
Yeah, we'll see. If looking at your face when you answer, maybe we'll dig into it. All right. Which would you prefer? Gleek, Uni, Snarf, Cringer.
Uni.
Okay. Dark Crystal, Willow, Conan Beastmaster.
Which Conan?
Ooh, Barbarian, first one, Arnold.
Okay, so I'm still going to go with Dark Crystal.
Questions, too many questions.
Best mouse, Mickey, Danger, Jerry, or Speedy?
Oh, I like Jerry.
Jerry. That works. How about best cat? Garfield, Heathcliff, Tom, Sylvester.
Ooh, I guess I'm going to go with... I'm not making this very lightning, am I?
No, fine.
This is not good.
Lightning sometimes strikes twice. And...
Garfield, Heathcliff, Tom, Sylvester. I guess I'll go with Garfield.
Garfield? All right, now I do want to dig into that. Why Garfield? Lasagna?
No, I had the phone. Still have the phone with the box and everything, where you woke him up when you answered the phone.
Oh, his eyes open?
His eyes opened, but he was always sleeping otherwise.
Clever.
I had a lot of the books, the compilations of the comic strips, and I watched the cartoon all the time, and the holiday specials. So the Halloween one, the Christmas one. So Garfield was very present in my life. Now, I watched Tom and Jerry and Sylvester all the time.
Yeah.
Heathcliff, I watched his cartoon, and I was aware of his comic strip, but I didn't get at it as much.
Was Heathcliff Mel Blanc as well? Like, when I'm thinking back, I can hear him like...
That sounds correct. That sounds correct. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. All right, back to toys. Toy horse. The Indie Horse, Silver, Nightmare, Pegasus from Clash of the Titans.
I'm going to say Silver. Not only because the toy was one of the first things I ever bought at Toys R Us, with the Lone Ranger as the 2-pack. It's right there behind you. The very one. The same one. Childhood toy, by the way. Childhood toy.
It's not yellowed, so you can keep it.
But also the fact that particular toy horse wasn't fantastical, and it also didn't get locked into some kind of mechanism. So as much as I love the Arabian horse from the Kenner line, he does have that button jutting legs, whereas that one you could do whatever you want with it.
Okay. All right. Best toy gimmick. And these are your choices. Glow in the dark, shoots water, color change, wind up.
Okay, wind up wore out. Color change also wore out, and it also happened when you didn't want it to happen. I'm going to go with sprays water, because my favorite action figure from the original Masters of the Universe line was Cobra Khan.
Oh, yeah?
I loved the spray bottle gimmick.
Yeah, he sprayed like a mist.
Yeah. Which was awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, now put that up against 3 more. We'll see. This is a little tournament one. How about Fire's Projectile, Magnetic, and Slime?
Slime is out.
Okay.
No slime. Fire's a Projectile's not bad. The magnetic one, though, I think is best because you can't lose anything, and it still keeps working. So projectile you can lose, and then all you've got is an empty cannon.
All right. That speed round is over, and your question made me think of another question I have. What toy line or toy action figure toy could you open up today and it would be as fresh as if you opened it in the 80s? Meaning hasn't aged, hasn't deteriorated, won't be frosted, or won't have the leaching through of the paint.
Are you asking me a technical question or a metaphorical, psychological question?
No, I'm going technical. Like, can you think of a toy, and I don't know if you can, this is just kind of off the top of my head, where you can grab it off the shelf today and you wouldn't even know it was an 80s toy. You know, it has the 80s aesthetic, but where it's just as good. Like Robin's got the legs that start to yellow. You got the brittle plastic of anything Brave Star Gray.
Right.
You know
the Star Wars figures get tacky and or frost.
Right. Are there, in your collection or in your experience, have you found anything that still holds up? Like, these toys weren't made to be played with 50 years in the future, but is there any that have lasted? You know, the O-rings break on the Joes and on He-Man.
There is one toy that if you bought it today and it was case fresh and everything like that, it would still be just as good now as it was back when it was made. Can you guess which one I'm thinking of?
No.
I bet he can't.
No. It's your head. I don't want to get in there.
Okay, well, it's the Popey / Bondi / Matchbox Lion Voltron.
Really?
Yes.
It's not brittle now.
Nope. It is made out of a brick of die-cast metal for the most part. Has a few plastic pieces, but none of them are the essential pivot
The
points.
chrome doesn't chip easier. I'm just...
If you buy the ones that have the GB36 Made in Japan stickers on them,
Yeah.
and you're getting it new out of the box, the chrome is still just as good as it was when it was manufactured.
Okay. Do you think that's because it was made in Japan and they kind of looked at things differently?
It was because it was made in Japan. It was because that particular design was so robust and well engineered. Like, as much as we love the Macross Valkyries,
Yeah.
and as durable as they really are, they can yellow. They are mostly plastic with a metal sort of like
Yeah.
endoskeleton or whatever with a few metal pieces. The Go Lion, the Beast King Go Lion, Voltron Lion Force, that thing, most of it is metal. It's an amazing toy.
All right. That's good. Dang, that's a great answer.
It will survive a nuclear blast.
I'm trying to think the maybe Ninja Turtle stuff. But it maybe because it's still a little younger than the 80s stuff. But
it also has fail points. You know,
Yeah.
the
Oh, they
thigh
do?
pivots,
Okay.
because the plastic around the legs will shrink around the ball joints and
Uh-huh.
freeze them up, and then when you try and move them, it just snaps the ball joints off. And so the turtles, like Masters of the Universe, are starting to show their age.
all right. Vintage mail away figures. What do you think is the top dog in that? You've got Clark Kent, Duke, Boba Fett, Ceremonial Belloc. Unless you can think of more, maybe those I'm thinking are the tops at least.
There's also, of course, Anakin Skywalker, the Emperor. Those were mail-aways at the time.
Oh, Anakin. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
no,
Yeah.
right. I would say the number one mail-away is probably, what was that first one you listed?
Clark Kent.
Yes, Clark Kent.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Boba Fett.
Yes, because the Boba Fett showed up compromised from what he was advertised as, and he then got mass released, whereas Clark Kent
true, that's
never
true.
got a carded version. So he is the ultimate mail away. He never showed up at retail.
This is why I like asking you these questions, because you look at things differently, definitely differently than I do. I would have thought Boba Fett hands down, but the points you make, they're valid, and I now have to rethink.
If you missed the mail away on Boba Fett, you had a bazillion opportunities
Yeah.
to get him again. Whereas Clark Kent, that was it. Ceremonial Belloc, that was it. But is he as cool as Clark Kent? No, he is not.
I'm still sad that they never released a quick change phone booth with a little dial on the top where you could spin them.
Yep.
I guess they were going to, but it also doubled as a jail. And what? Who's going to throw them in a...
Yeah, no.
Yeah, agreed. All right. Give me some favorite indie-adjacent movies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, so if we're talking the 80s, I really do like Romancing the Stone.
Lady, I hope you're taking notes. Because you got a real, live death scene going on right here.
Okay.
High Road to China, though, is a high point for me. So, High Road to China with Tom Selleck and Bess Armstrong, great movie.
That guy wasn't shooting at me. He was after you.
Yes, and I was going to tell you that.
Dirty, stealing, double tricks, that takes the cake. Look at my plane!
Yeah.
Do you think that was an answer to him being yanked out of Indiana Jones?
It might have been a coincidence because around that time in the early 80s, they made a lot of movies that were set in the 20s and 30s because it was 50 years prior-ish.
Okay.
So but it was nice to have Tom Hanks. It was...
No.
Tom,
Scratch that. It was nice
just
to have...
call him Magnum.
Yeah, Magnum. It was nice to have Tom Selleck in that role because it was a it was a 1920s film set after World War I. He's a biplane pilot. He's asked to take this heiress into this dangerous part of China. It's a really cool movie, and it's got that Indiana Jones trapping around it.
Mm-hmm.
Other ones that are older than that, Valley of the Kings. Secret of the Incas, of course.
See, I haven't seen any of these, which is sad.
Harry Steele?
Well, does the name really matter?
Yes, because my name's Steele. I'm bigger than you are.
One of the best ones is Jackie Chan's Operation Condor, which
I saw clips of that.
You haven't seen Operation Condor?
Maybe. Once I saw Rumble in the Bronx, I went and dipping into Jackie Chan. I think I saw it. He fights in a cave at the end or something, right?
It's a Nazi base.
Okay.
He fights in an underground Nazi base in the desert.
So I'm trying to think if I saw it bootlegged or not, because, back then...
Well, Jackie Chan's character of Hawk was inspired by Indiana Jones. And the first movie he did, which wasn't theatrically released here, was called Armor of God, where he was searching for the Armor of God.
I remember this.
Well, in Hong Kong's release order, Operation Condor is Armor of God 2, Operation Condor.
Mm-hmm.
in America, thanks to Harvey Weinstein or whatever it was, they turned around and they said Operation Condor will be the one that will go up on the big screen. And then Armor of God will be called Operation Condor 2, Armor of God, right to DVD. And it was like, okay. And it was a good movie. It's the one where Jackie Chan almost died. But it's not...
Oh, that one?
Yeah. It's
He almost dies in all of it.
Yeah. Well, meaning he literally almost died.
Yeah.
But it's not as polished and as just well-conceived as Operation Condor, which is such a great Raiders homage. It's so good.
All right, I'm going to have to put these on my list.
Now, if you want to fall asleep into a coma, watch Sphinx with Leslie Ann Down. It came out the same year as Raiders, and you can see why Raiders broke the mold, because Sphinx was considered an adventure movie at that time, and Raiders was like, nah, this is an adventure movie. Like, and they're both set in Egypt, and they're both, it's
interesting.
It's so boring. And you look at the poster, and the poster is from the same artist that did the posters for all the classic Star Trek movies. Like, it's a really good poster. And you go, oh man, that's going to be great. And then it's not.
That reminds me of the video games that you have the cartridge, and you're like,
Yes.
asteroids, and you're like, holy cow, this Buck Rogers looking ship is flying, and it's a triangle, and
Yeah.
it just spins, and you get...
Yeah.
All right.
I've been robbed.
Next is Playsets.
Uh-huh.
All right, here's your list. Fortress of Fangs, Boulder Hill, Kenner Death Star, and Castle Grayskull.
I like the Fortress of Fangs.
Yeah?
It has
Over
so-
Castle Grayskull, the
Yes.
iconic Castle Grayskull.
Yes, Castle Grayskull was fun. My brother had it, so we had it growing up. I did not have the Fortress of Fangs. When I saw what the Fortress of Fangs had in it later on in life, I felt dumb and I felt robbed. Because I would have wanted that playset even if I never had a single AD&D figure. Because it had so much going on in it. All the traps and the chutes and the caves. It was so good.
That's true. Now you're making me think of it. Like, you got the slide that either puts you in the fire or on the treasure.
Yep.
You go up the steps. Hey, I'll take this shortcut. Well, there's an axe that's going to take you down.
You got
or I'll
that-
just take the straight route, and then you're squished.
Crusher.
Or you get carried away. Or you go through a trap door. Yeah, you're right.
And you got that treasure chest in the center, which you could swap out with something else.
Yeah. Every playset needs a trap door.
Yes.
I think that's kind of... Even the Hall of Justice has a trap
Every playset needs a trapdoor and a lava pit. They both are essential.
All right.
I wish there was a lava pit in Fort Kirium, right in the middle of town. So, 3030 could just melt away.
Kenner's biggest flop. What's Kenner's biggest flop as in a line of toys? Again, you got to go through the whole Kenner roster.
I would say Dragonheart.
Dragonheart? I don't even remember
Right
that.
at the
I
end.
remember I am the last dragon.
Yeah,
Or, I am the last one.
Terrible line of toys.
I never even knew that
Terrible.
existed.
They basically existed in the KB Toys discount bins the entire life. With the multiple stickers with the red ink writing
You could
on
see
them.
what it was worth.
Yeah,
You
and
peel
over
it
and
back.
over again. Yeah, they were terrible.
What the figure, and did it come with a dragon? Was the dragon
There were
anything?
dragons of various scales, like dragons, but then the figures didn't. They only their arms moved.
Oh. Were the dragons like D&D scale, or were they big enough to
Some
fit?
of them were this big.
Was there any bigger?
There was one that had clip-on wings that was like the Sean Connery
I'm
one.
gonna look
and he
that
was
up. I'm
about like
curious.
this. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Sky Commanders, or is that what it's called?
Sky Commanders is the one with the nylon cord zip lines.
the zip lines.
The problem with those is that they're really neat if you have enough places to set them up.
Yeah.
But also they're not future-proof because the straps are plastic and they snap now because they got brittle.
Future-proof. You should coin that phrase. That's
Yep.
that takes care of a lot
Masters of the
explaining.
Universe, very durable in their day,
Yeah.
not future-proof
Right,
figures
right,
now.
right.
Sky Commanders, very cool in their day, but Starcom, very cool in its day.
Yeah.
Wind-up motors wear out. Pointless.
Favorite robot? Terminator, Johnny 5, Lost in Space, Vincent, R2. I know it. R2's too easy. You're going to pick him. Terminator, Johnny 5, Lost in Space, Robot, or Vincent. Everyone's going to pick R2.
I'm gonna go with Johnny 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He is alive.
I liked his laser.
Butterfly.
I liked his laser, and I liked his tank treads.
Yeah.
And I liked the fact that he was, I don't know, instantly pervy.
Nice software.
Boy, you sure don't talk like a machine.
You think Wall-E was influenced by that? You think they
Oh
saw
yeah,
something?
yeah. Wall-E was influenced by that and a pair of sports binoculars. I had a pair of sports binoculars from the 80s that looked just like his face.
All right, Shoguns. We haven't talked about these.
Okay.
Which Shogun would you want?
Oda Nobunaga. That's an actual Shogun.
Oh my god.
Before you guys jump me, I'm well aware Oda Nobunaga is not a Shogun. He was a daimyo. But it's like the guys that are nominated for tons of Oscars and never win one, but they're the greatest actor of all time, like Peter O'Toole. In history, more people know the name Oda Nobunaga than a lot of those nameless, forgotten shogun. He deserved the Oscar. He never got it. And yet, he was like the super shogun that was never officially a shogun. I look at it like this. You got actors, Oscar winners, and Peter O'Toole. Daimyos, shoguns, Oda Nobunaga. Arigato gozaimasu, bitches.
I was like, wait, is that the blue one? All right, let's limit this to Rodan, Godzilla, Mazinger Z, Getter Z, and then Getter, what the heck is the red guy? Getter Robo?
Yeah, and they had so many more.
And then Aztec or something like that?
Because Shogun Warriors was Jumbo Mashinder in Japan, where they had all these characters. I would say that I've always appreciated the original Mazinger Z as, the ultimate, because he's the original.
Does that rocket come out of his head? My friend had it, and we tried to yank it out. It wouldn't come out.
Oh, I thought the ship part came out.
I think some do and some don't. Hey, people out there, what's the deal with Mazinger Z?
They're too expensive, and I don't,
I think I would also, Mazinger Z would be the guy I'd want. I remember it at a cartoon. So that, I don't know.
I was always crushed because even after Shogun Warriors had ended, when Beast King Go Lion became popular here as Voltron, they brought over a Jumbo Mashinder Shogun Warriors style Lion Voltron that was originally made in Japan, but it wasn't as cool as the old Shogun Warrior version characters. It didn't have as much going on, so it was just as tall. It was a robot like them, but it just, I don't know, there was something lacking about it. And so as much as I love Beast King Go Lion, I can't put him.
I seem to be collecting as far as the toys I collect, this kind of tangential to what you were talking about. But it seems like the toys I had when I was a kid, I don't want. It's the toys I didn't have as a kid that I want. So I had a Godzilla, I had a Rodan. I've got a picture of me because I was old enough when we got it for Christmas, that I was in my underwear and t-shirt. It's Christmas Day.
Of course.
And so it's like, let's take pictures. And so I put Rodan. It looks like a giant cod piece because I didn't want anyone to see me in my underwear. But Godzilla was the one I enjoyed, but we never had the Mazinger Z. But I think if I could get that ship out, I'm like, oh, it's got a little pod. Like, that would have been fun.
That would have been great.
All right. Last question, 2 parts. Carded versus loose.
Loose.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's dig into that.
Carded stuff, the grading has become too much of a problem where people put a huge premium on things because they've paid for somebody else's opinion.
Yeah.
Lame. And those are all ticking time bombs anyway.
Yeah.
A lot of the cards, either the bubbles go yellow, they get brittle, they crack. The reason I have an Imperial Dignitary that's mint is because he was a graded Imperial Dignitary, but the bubble cracked and he fell out into the box. So they had to break the box open to get him out before he got nose rubbed. And then at that point you go, well, what was the point of getting it graded?
Yeah.
Right? And also, it's not fun to try and talk about these toys in boxes. It's a line from Toy Story.
Oh, for crying out loud, they're all in boxes, you idiot.
You can't see them.
Yeah.
With video, you want to be able to manipulate them and repose them, just like with your photography. So, yeah, I'm a loose collector. And plus, I don't like the premium of it being sealed when I know that tape dries out, it loses its adhesion. How much cardboard do you really want sitting around?
Well, now you have people who can mimic the bubble and mimic even the
waffle pattern.
texture. Yeah. And now who the heck knows if you're even getting a
That's a great
legit
point.
one.
Fraud is rampant with carded.
Yeah.
It's just it's a zero-sum game.
All right, that said, do you have any card or do you want any figure on card? Because let's say I got a Superman, love Superman. Well, I want Superman on card too because now I've got one that I haven't touched because he's my favorite figure. And instead of just buying multiple Supermen, I can get one on, Are there any carded things you really like? Or really
so I've got from the early 90s when I lived in England, there was a toy shop that still had a carded Tri-Logo Jedi Luke.
Oh, nice.
So I've had him carded since I was 13. Kept him. He's got a rip right on his face because they put a price tag right there on the
on the picture.
Yeah,
like how they get it in the bubble.
The picture has a rip right on his face. I have a good run of carded Robotech.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a lot of the characters, including the rare ones. Yeah.
I didn't know you liked Robotech that much.
I love Macross that much.
Okay.
But Robotech is the brand name
yeah.
on the carded figures, because in Japan they did the mecha. They didn't do action figures.
You have a Bespin Luke on card?
I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
Now the question is, I know there are two different card backs.
I want the walking card.
Okay, with the more more of him in it, and I think he's like tilting and throwing his pistol.
The pistol's the looking card. That's where it's more. The walking card is the original. He's walking down the hallway. It's the one that
with the is it the hallway with the cylinder?
It's just a Cloud City white hallway. Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm always used to the pistol one. I'll have to check that out.
Yep. I don't have one of those, but I'd actually want a Kenner Indiana Jones carded more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one of those.
I'm sure.
I got lucky. I bought it in Japan at Mandarake. They were opening the new store that went into Akihabara, and when I was at the Nagano, that's where the Mandarake is, and they had it on there, and I'm like, I want that, and they said, no, this is for the new store, and I'm like, when's the new store opening? And my wife, she went for me because I was at work. I'm working in Japan teaching English, and like, can you go get this? Here's $300. I don't know how much it's going to be, because they didn't price it.
Sure.
And so she went on opening day and grabbed it, and it was $300. And I got it's not the perfect bubble, but it's
who cares?
Yeah,
it's a carded indie.
It's a fave. Yeah, I'll never, like in a burning building, like grab that, my wife in one arm and that indie in the other, and then out the window we go.
Yeah, I remember in the 90s I went to a one-day comic show locally here in Atlanta. They had like a 1 day a quarter comic show, whatever.
Okay.
And I went, and this guy had at the top of his comic rack, he had a carded indie. And I remember looking at him, and this was 1994.
Yeah.
Okay. And I said, how much for that? I'm just curious. And he goes, oh, that $150.
Yeah.
And now it's like, kill to get it for $150.
No, I think we all have a story. I saw a Cyborg at some guy, and how much for that? He's like $200. And I was like, oh, $200. I didn't, at the time, I was a server at a restaurant. I didn't have $200 to throw at that thing. That's rent,
Exactly.
But now.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So that's probably like the ultimate carded thing that I want. Because I've gotten certain things that are boxed or carded that are really important to me. Like I have an original Popey Japanese Beast King Lion completely in the box with all the missiles and everything still in the little trays and everything.
Yeah.
I've got one of those. I had to send a deposit to some guy in Malaysia who had collected it from Japan.
God. You got it sent here?
Yeah.
Oh, what a... I talk about the fraud, and like, who knows? Here's a box of bricks, thanks.
Oh, dude, it's a leap of faith. The only reason I did it was because this guy seemed to have a paper trail.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, like but it was wild back then, it was, but when I say back then, it's like 13 years ago.
Yeah, once COVID hit, everything went through the roof. It was the COVID collectors, and it still hasn't come down.
Yeah.
It's some a little, but like it just keeps going up until I think we die out. Here, I said last question, but do you think there's a line that when we're gone is gonna last? Do you know, like Cowboys, Hi-Ho Silver, was it Lone Ranger? I don't think like the people who enjoyed that are like my uncle's age, and they're dying out. So I wonder if we'll take some of this with us, and nobody's going to care about Starcom. I think they care about it now.
I've thought about this a lot, and I really think the only things that have a chance of sticking around in the minds of future generations are things that have really hung on well through our generation and millennials and their kids. So like, it's not going to be as strong as it is right now, but things like Star Wars, there will be enough people who are young now, who are older, who are huge Star Wars fans, who will be interested in its history and want to have the older stuff. Not as many as there are now. Same with Transformers. I think there's going to be a lot of people who love the history of Transformers and Diaclone.
To add to that, I think that has something to do with having I want to call him Peter Cullen. Who's the Prime voice?
Peter Cullen.
Oh, well then who's the Tarkin?
Oh,
Cushing.
Cushing.
Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I was mixing those up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but having Peter Cullen's voice in the movies, I think it kind of almost it's a little lifeline to the past of G1 stuff.
Yep.
And I'm thinking superpowers. You know, Superman's been around before I was born. He was popular before then. They had the tin toys and all that.
The Batman, Superman, all that kind of stuff that has these legacy followings, they also have a chance because like we weren't around in the 30s, but we grew up loving Superman and Batman.
Right.
All of us have dreamed of owning that original wooden Superman action figure. You know, I've only seen them in person twice. Otherwise, I've seen them in photographs. I'll never afford it.
Were they at shows? Where did you see
It was
these?
at the Xenia, Ohio Toy Show, and a guy had 2 of them in a lit case, and they were perfect. And the case was glass fronted with wooden sides, and it just had a little sticker on it with all the credit cards on it. So it was like, if you want these, you know, you want to talk to me about it, it's a serious discussion. Like,
what? All the credit cards on it? What do you mean? People left their credit cards?
No. Meaning, you know how when you go into like a
credits
restaurant,
as in
no. Like, you know how when you go into a restaurant on the glass by the door, it shows all the credit cards.
That they accept. Oh, okay.
He was showing us.
I thought there was like tokens on a video game. People were putting their credit card. Like, if you don't buy it, I got next.
No. I mean, in the sense that he was showing that he accepts credit cards for these. Like, yeah.
Only black, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that's got to be crazy.
Yeah.
But again, that was something that some grandpas were like, "Oh, that's my Superman," and then I don't even think people are going to know about that.
Nope.
Like that knowledge is going to drop as people get older and
because
start
people
to drop.
don't read the books anymore, and the Complete History of Superman book, which has pictures of it in there, won't be read because that'll get thrown in the dumpster because people be like, "Oh, it's not on Wikipedia," you know, and then it's like, I'm living in idiocracy dialed up to 12. Thanks.
Autobots versus Decepticons. Which is your favorite Autobot toy? Which is your favorite Decepticon toy?
Favorite Autobot toy is Wheeljack.
Wheeljack?
Yes, because I love the Lancia Stratos.
Okay. I think I knew that.
Yep.
What about your Decepticon?
My favorite Decepticon is going to be Skywarp.
Really? Mm-hmm. Mine's Soundwave. Skywarp. He's one of the
Skywarp is the black and purple Seeker jet.
Conehead?
No, he's the cone gets flipped back on him.
Okay, so he's not a
Conehead second wave Seeker. He's an original Seeker.
I have found you a seeker.
He's one of the 3.
One of the 3 originals: Thundercracker, Skywarp, and Starscream.
And you're Skywarp.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one closest to you.
I thought this was Thundercracker. No, that's Thundercracker.
Thundercracker is blue.
All right. Well,
he got rid of his childhood toys. So he doesn't remember.
I never had Transformers. I did get Jetfire. My buddy got that for me, and it yellowed in my hand. It was perfect forever, and then I still have that. I haven't given that, but I'll see if I can.
Miracles never cease.
I'm learning. I'll see if I can dip that into some solution and see if we can brighten it up.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to give up on it.
The red
yet.
will fade then.
Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
Damn it. All right.
Check and mate.
Maybe I have one more. Sealed. Oh. You are a news collector. Any best friend? Are those card packaging? Cairo truck. I gotta have one more. Oh. Last question. Not toy related. You can shove this in the middle if you want. But what movie gave you nightmares as a kid?
Poltergeist.
The clown or the tree?
The closet.
Or all the above?
All the above, especially the closet. So, you know, when the light's coming through and then it opens up and it's this huge throat or like anus or something like that. And I was not pleased.
Was that it? Was Poltergeist? What about Jaws? What about
Jaws?
Freddy Krueger?
Freddy Krueger I didn't end up really seeing. I saw one of the Friday the 13th when I was over at somebody's house. Teenage girls were watching it. I was a little kid.
I saw the Nightmare on Elm Street at like a boat party or something. I lived in St. Clair Shores, and they had a canal party. It was somebody's birthday, and they watched that.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then went home, couldn't sleep.
Yep.
So what I ended up doing, bringing superpowers back into it, is reading my power cards, and then reading all the mini comics, and then taking a tally of what heroes appeared in those comics. And it was like Superman appeared in 13, Batman appeared in, just to keep my mind busy, because if I fell asleep, I was going to die.
Oh my gosh.
That movie scared me. Jaws scared me.
I saw Jaws at a birthday party, but I was more distracted by the kid owning the Matchbox Voltron, and I didn't have it. I had the Panache Place one, so I kept my mind off the movie by playing with that, which was fun. But yeah, the scariest movie for me was Poltergeist, and the scariest movie that I was allowed to watch that I didn't end up seeing at somebody else's house was Neverending Story, because that movie was dark, and yet that was the one where I would have been allowed to watch it again, and other kids wanted to watch it again, and I was like, no,
Yeah, that wolf
why?
was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
and
talking about.
The horse dying in the
Yeah.
swamp, and those two things that were going to laser you when you walked by, and it was just awful. Just, yeah.
All right, Michael. Just want to say you got the job. Interview's over.
Oh, great. Thanks. What job is that? You don't know? I mean, you are like basically a hiring manager.
It's a toy prof. It's the toy professor job you're in.
I'll never get tenure. I'll never get it. Because the students will hate me, and they'll go tell the dean that, I'm horrible and, whatever. There's nobody writing "I love you" on their eyelids at my class. In fact, they're probably writing "I hate your guts,"
Oh, geez. Hopefully not in permanent marker.